Hey everybody, it's Rory from A&S Gear, and we're going to look at some paint today. We've got the Dark Sports Dark Rec, and this is from GI Milsim. So the Dark Rec is a rec ball. It's not a fancy ball. It's not a high-end ball. It is a ball that you can get at a relatively cheap price. I think it's like $36 a case, $36.95, somewhere around in there. So it's definitely not going to break the bank when it comes to money-wise. And again, it is an average ball. Don't expect it to be like the best shooting, most amazing paint you've ever seen in your life. It's great for practice. It's great for walk-on rec ball play, where you can shoot a bunch of it and don't feel like it's killing you in the wallet. I got a couple balls out right here. You can see them. I tried to set them up so that you can see their roundness or their, I want to say lack of roundness, but you can see the imperfections in the ball, which you would expect at a price that is cheap or a cheaper paintball. As you get higher in price, you wouldn't expect to see any of the or more of the imperfections that you see in the lower ball price. And that's just kind of how paint is set up right there. So what we have here is a solid shell. So the Rec Sports, or the Dark Rec, I think they call it, is a solid shell ball. One tone, usually in your muted colors like your greens and your yellows and stuff like that. Stuff that'll blend in for woods ball or rec ball play. The fill consistency on the inside is nice and thick, and it's a bright color, as you can see right here. From where I am, not looking through the monitor and looking at what I see here, it looks very yellow on the screen, but to me it's like a very neon highlighter green. And you can see that it's not thin by any shape right there. Nice and thick. You will get a little less paint per ball than you might see on a higher end ball. But the markability is great, and the cleanability too. It just, water soluble. You can wash it right off, throw it in the washing machine, whatever, and it's fine. It doesn't have any crazy chemicals or stuff that's bad for the environment in it. So it's a environmentally friendly ball with good marking characteristics. The shell is decently, I don't want to say decently brittle. It's like a good rec ball. We keep coming back to the rec ball or field ball, or I don't want to say field ball because they have a field level too. We only have the rec ball. It's a good rec ball quality. A little bit stiffer shell or harder shell than you would see in a tournament level or mid-grade paint. So it'll get through those bushes and get through those leaves and things like that. The seam, you can see the seam on both of these. The seam is pretty large, and there's some egg-shapedness to them, I guess would be a appropriate terminology. But they are not crazy out around. They will still shoot out of your gun. They're not going to get jammed up or anything like that. But you might not see the best flight characteristics consistently out of them. You might get one or two that are going to go off a little bit. But for the most part, they should stay pretty well on target. So we've got average shell with average seaming and average roundness. That's what you get from a cheaper paint. Good fill quality, good fill markability, high visibility on that stuff, but a little bit lower quantity when it comes to the amount of fill per ball, which again is something you would expect in a cheaper paintball. Overall, for the price, I think it's a good seller or a good shooter. 36 bucks, you can't go wrong. It's not going to kill you. 2,000 case right here. It comes in 2 or 4 500 round bags. You can see right there, they got a little window in them, so you can check to see if any paint's broken. Obviously, if you're buying paint through us, every paint gets checked, every case gets checked, retaped, and then initialed to make sure that it is no broken paint or anything like that. If it's shipping out to you, if you're coming in to pick it up at the store, we look at it at the store and you can see it as well and know that you're getting fresh, unbroken paint. So if you're looking to try some different paints and you're trying to keep it in that cheap market, and when I say cheap, I don't mean quality, I mean price-wise, the cheap market, check out the Dark Rec or Rec Sport. Dark Rec from Dark Sports. It's kind of a tongue twister. It's available through the website. Order yours now through ansgear.com.